Intercepted by number 6, Ladarius Woodson.
Tell me about the problems that you guys had with their offensive line just not being able to get to their quarterback today.
The offensive line was pretty good. They protected well. I think we just had a little bit more fight and got our blocks a little bit better. We could have got the quarterback a little bit better than we did. But that's all. They weren't just stopping us to the point where we basically stopped ourselves. So that's probably the most disappointing part. We just got to come back out and execute this week.
What kind of impact did that make on the final result of the game?
It made a huge impact because, as our coaches always stayed out, it always starts up front. And we're supposed to do our job, so it'll make it easy on everybody else. And we want to do our job to the best of our ability. It ricochets all the way through the defense.
What are you going to work on specifically to fix those problems?
Come back and work on everything. We always preach eyes, hands, feet. So we work on the basics and try our hardest to execute better like our coaches always tell us to.
Okay. Austin, just talk a little bit about the game as a whole, what challenges they offered you guys offensively. You know, we rolled in the first half and then the third quarter sputtered a little bit offensively. Talk about that some.
I mean, coming into it, we obviously knew they were a pretty good team. We were a good team. We've been playing well, and I think we had some faults on our execution at times, and obviously you're not going to beat anybody with 5 turnovers. That starts with me. I need to play better, and we lacked that execution in making those plays to win that game. But credit to them. They were a really good defense, a really good team.
Good secondary for them. One of the better ones we've seen.
I think I think the defense overall is pretty well. I think the defensive line did a really good job of getting their hands up and tipping balls, and when they play man coverage like that, I thought across the board they whether it was inside, outside, when they played man, I thought they did a really good job of that. But at times we were successful. I just think we got to be a little more consistent against it. And like I said, that starts with me. So.
Do you think there was a specific turning point, even though coming out after the 1-point lead, after the half of the 1-point lead, was there any turning point, you think?
I don't really ever look at the game that way. I feel like regardless of what happens, you play first quarter through the fourth, regardless of interceptions, fumbles, whatnot. So, like Coach told us, and we know it. You don't have to tell us. We just didn't make the plays that we needed to.
Despite the first half started off a little rough, but ended up having the lead going into halftime. But then after they responded with a field goal, what kind of impact did that fumble on the 4 or 5 yard line make to change the pace of the game?
Well, that's always it's a huge thing to have a special teams turnover anytime. But it was a big momentum swing there, and the biggest thing was we never did anything to turn it back. That's momentum hurts you if you let it, and that's why we got to make a play sometime after that to turn it back around, which is what we were able to do in the first half. We give up a fumble, turn around on defense the next play and get a turnover. Stuff like that allowed us to be up by 1. But that was it was a huge swing in momentum, and we never did anything to fix it.
With that loss, you see your 5-game winning streak come to an end. You talk about when you're playing a game like that and you're having all the turnovers, does it creep into your mind that you're playing to keep the streak going, or just trying to get through the quicksand of winning this game in particular?
We hadn't thought about that. We ain't talked about the streak. That's it's a fun thing in the media, but that's not something that we focus on. We focus on going 1-0 every week. So, turnovers don't help that. So obviously, when turnovers start piling up on each other, you see the result. But no, we're in that game at that moment. And, our guys do a good job of that not being the reason. That's not anything to blame it on, I guess you'd say.
Can you talk about the problems up front defensively? They've got that big running back, but it seemed to be the passing that helped them out a lot today.
Well, that's what they do. They throw the ball. I think at one time or another we had 2 or 3 guys, go down on that side of the ball up front. So, anytime you do that, you get into a depth situation. And we kept them on the field too much. We didn't sustain drives on offense at times, and then let them extend drives. So, with that plus a depth issue after injuries, it creates a bunch of tired guys out there.
Any big things that stand out fixing for next week?
Hold on to the ball. I mean, it's the same stuff every week that wins or loses games. We made way too many mistakes to win the game. We didn't make enough big plays. So we got to just watch the film and see what needs correcting, internally. And our guys will do a good job of that. They'll take ownership of their mistakes. The coaches will all do the same thing, and then we'll come out and have a heck of a week of practice and put a better outcome on the field Saturday.
Okay, with this being just a second conference loss, how are you feeling with one eye? I know you have Malone next week, but after that, postseason's coming up. How do you feel with the 2 losses in conference about your chances of making it to the postseason?
Well, right now we've got 3 region losses. I think 1 or 2 3-loss team in the region is going to get in, depending on what everybody else does. So we still have a shot, because of what we've done at the first part of this, the middle part of this season. With some of the 3-loss teams we're going to have a head-to-head with. So that's going to play out the way it's going to play out. I don't think we're 100% out of the picture. We're definitely not 100% in the picture right now. But we just got to wait and see on that. All we can focus on now is fixing what we just screwed up and give everything we got to Malone.